Recreation Day 14. Make your own tutorial video. You're going to make your own tutorial video. We have an Upward Bound alum that has made an example of a tutorial video that you can watch. It will play on this same video. Your video can be as simple as you want it to be. It can be as short as you want it to be. It could even be pictures with instructions on it. If you can, send me that to the Gmail account, to our Facebook or Instagram.
Hi everybody! My name is Julia and I'm an Upward Bound alum, and I wanted to help Lauren out with the tutorial video today. So I'm going to show you all how to make a macrame plant hanger. So the 4 things that you're going to need to do a macrame plant hanger are a pair of scissors, a wooden ring, you'll need some type of cord, and then a pot. Okay, so what I've done is I went and cut 8 pieces of string. The length, honestly, that you can choose is around 10 feet. And then once I had all my strings cut, I looped them through the ring, and then I made it to where they're about equal in length on each side of the ring. And so what I have done now, because we're going to have 4 arms, as they call them, I have separated out 2 strings, which actually will equal 4, and I've separated them into little groups, and I used a bobby pin to do that because this stuff also does get tangled really easily. And we're about to start actually weaving them, but the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to secure all of them together first, and so I'm about to show you how to do that. And so what we're going to do is there should be 4 strings per group, and we're going to create 4 arms. So the first thing I'm going to teach you is how to do the square knot. And so this is probably the most basic macrame knot you can do. And so you're going to take your strings and separate them like so. So your 2 middle ones, they're going to stay together. And really the only ones that you're going to be using are going to be your right outer and your left outer. So what you're going to do first, my little string is tangled, you're going to take your right outer and cross it in front of the 2 middle ones. And then you're going to take your outer left and cross it behind the 2 middle ones. And so what you're going to do now is the left one that you crossed behind, you're going to pull that in front through that little loop or opening that the right outer created. And the outer right that went in front, you're going to pull that behind the little opening that was created by the outer left. And then you're going to kind of just gradually pull it up the 2 middle ones. And you want to make them tight, but not just like too tight. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to alternate. So the outer left is going to go in front of the middle 2, and the outer right is going to go behind. And so you see it kind of creates like this weird triangle shape. And so the left is going to go through the loop that the right created, and the right is going to go through the left. And you're just going to pull that one up too. And your middle ones may get kind of tangled. You'll just want to keep straightening them out if that does happen. All right, and then you'll just go back to the original one. We actually did do the twirl method, I guess you could call it. Basically, like I said in the last one, How you do that is, so on the square knot, you know how you alternated from like right would go in front of the middle two and left would go behind, and then you would switch and do the left outer in front and then the right outer behind. Instead of doing alternating the two, you would actually just keep doing, like, let's say right in the front each time you finish the knot. And so that is how you get it to do that twirl method right there. So now I'm going to show you what it looks like, or how to actually finish off the planter. So like I said, we're going to connect the outer two from each knot. And it is going to be a little tricky to like not move the square knot all the way up. But once you get one side going, it'll be easier to do the other one. So square knot right in front, and then left outer corner behind, or cord, sorry. And so the right will go in between the left outer and the middle left. And then the left outer cord will go through from the back to the front. Okay, and we're gonna just tighten it up a little bit. Actually just gonna do one square knot. All right, and so then we'll move to the next two. And so we'll take these two, and we'll take the other two outer ones from the other arm. And so we'll want to keep them about the same. Consistency is key. So square knot. We're going to connect them even more. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take two from this strand, or from this arm, and then two from another arm. So like the outer two, the outer left two on this one, and then the outer right on this one. And we're gonna just do a basic square knot. And we're gonna wanna kind of make it a little bit closer, not just too close, but we are gonna wanna make it a little bit close to these knots up here. And now we're gonna move to these two, the two from this previous one, to the outer right two from the next arm. And we're gonna do the same thing. And then of course we're gonna try and make it as even with this other one as possible. All right, and then we're gonna move on to the next two. Okay, so now I have made my two little knots. And the cool thing about macrame is you can continue to do these as long as you want to. Same with the square knots up here. You can do those as long as you want to. Really, and you can get like as intricate with it as you want. So that's the cool thing about macrame. It can be as simple or as complex as you want. But this is kind of like the netting that we have made now. And so what we're going to do is we are going to basically we're going to do the same tie that we did up here. We're going to do it below underneath. And so what I'm going to do, obviously I don't need all of this string, so I'm going to cut one of them off a little short, and that is what I'm going to use to do the wraparound tie like I did previously. So you can choose like how much space you want to leave between your little netting and the little tie that we're going to create. I'm going to try and keep it about as close to the pot as I can. We are going to do the same kind of knot we did earlier. And so what you're going to do, remember we're going to make the tie the same orientation, so up and down as your string. You're going to create a loop like so. You're going to have your thumb secured in place, and then we're going to wrap around. And we don't want to make it too super tight right now because we will make it tight here in just a minute. And like I said earlier, it's all about personal preference. So how many times you want to go around, totally up to you. I think I did 6 earlier, so I'm probably going to stick with that. Okay, and now that I have tied that around, remember you're going to take your string through your loop, like so, and then you're going to pull from this top string. You're going to pull that loop through while pulling on this bottom. And we can put our little pot inside and let it set just like that. You know, you're gonna have a lot of excess string. You can cut it off, you know, at any length that you want to. I like to kind of alternate mine just a little bit, so make them different sizes, things like that. It just kind of gives it more of that, oh, I don't know, laid back, chill vibe. So, but yeah, and that is how you make your macrame plant hanger. Pretty cool, right?